This Google tool is by far my favorite. And I think it's my favorite because I've had to use it a lot in my own college classes. So I know it's super beneficial for especially our high school kids to learn, but I think we could even bring it down to our middle school and some of our elementary kids too. That is Google Sites. Google Sites has been updated. So if you looked at Google Sites 2 years ago, you think I'm crazy for saying it's my favorite because it was horrible. But now that they're actually calling it the new Google Sites, so people will know there's a lot of more options. So the first thing I'm going to do is just jump into one of my portfolios I had to create for college. Couldn't even tell you which class it was, but to kind of give you an overview of what it looks like. So Google Sites is a website. It's an easily created website. So when somebody says you created a website, it's not like you're coding. It's simple drag and drop, just like you would if you were in Google Docs. You are able to start off with a home page, put your information on it. You can have as many pages as you want to. As you see, I have a bunch of different drop-down ones. You can have a search bar so they can search something in your site. I think this is a great way for our students to display their work and show that the grades that they are getting are so much more than a letter grade. There's so many times that my kid does something online at school and I'll look at the grade and I'll want to know more information as to what was that? How did you do it? I know you can't it's not easy to send an electronic document home unless you print something out. So this is kind of a way for us to showcase some of our technology grades or even some of the papers that they're typing and turning into us. I think that this is a great opportunity for our high school kids because this is better than a resume. This is better than a scholarship application. This is something that's really going to showcase who they are as a person, but also what they're capable of doing and what they've done their whole high school years. We had a Northwest boy who showed us his portfolio. He said he sent it off. He was trying to get to where he could go do a job shadow one day. This one-day job shadow that he got off his portfolio turned into a summer internship, turned into a scholarship, and now he's an engineering major at some big university because somebody was interested in his portfolio and the work he'd done in high school. So I really think this is a great opportunity to teach our kids about. Now I'll stop getting on my soapbox about it and show you how we're going to create one. Let me close out of mine. Here we go. I've also included another video in lines with my little soapbox I had there about how the job applications are getting ignored. And basically that talks about how just a paper resume isn't cutting it anymore. You really have to stand out and how we need to change our methodology on how to teach kids how to stand out and let them be their own creators. So we're going to sign into Google Sites. If you want to follow this link, it's super easy. Here are all my Google Sites. Now let me find my little option. Here it is. Your plus sign is hiding. I knew it was in a different spot. I thought it was behind my tools down there. Your plus sign is at the bottom right. So everybody go ahead and click on it and we're going to create a new site. It's going to come up just like this every single time. So you're going to have the opportunity to go ahead and edit this text box and change your name, and then everything else you're going to have to add on your own to the right-hand side. So I am just going to name this my name and name it up here. You can even, as you see, it automatically put it there. You can add a logo. You can change the image. You can upload one. You can select one. You can change your header type. This is a banner. If I just wanted the title, or if I wanted a large banner, or if I wanted the whole cover. That's like when you log into a site and like the whole front page is a picture. I am typically a simple banner person. If you wanted to change the image that's here, you can select one. They have a gallery, or you can search for one, or you can upload your own. So I'm going to scroll through here and pick And we'll pick something with more color to change my header. Now, over here on the right-hand side is really your toolbar that's going to create your whole Google site. So we'll start with something small and we'll just add a text box, and it's as simple as clicking text box. It's going to automatically put it here. You will have the capabilities to drag and drop it. All of your simple text tools are right up here, including if you need more editing options. So I'm just going to randomly put some letters here so I have something filled in here. You can enter down and make it as large as you want to. Once you've clicked off of it, you see the little dots right here. If you ever want to move it, that's the best way to do it. If you need to resize it, you can pull it in. I love that Google Sites has those lines right there because it really makes it easier if you want to center something or line them up together. So now that I've added a text box, let's add an image. Let's see if I have any in my Google Drive that I could use. Here we go. So I just clicked over to my drive because I knew I'd have some pictures there. You can search for pictures. I'll show you that option. You could type in if you wanted a picture of cat. Oh, and that's a URL, sorry. If you wanted to search, make sure you click on the search bar. And there's a ton of pictures of cats you could use. So I like that it makes it to where you can search straight from Google in Google Sites so you don't have to open up another tab. But I'm going to go to my Google Drive and I'm going to grab one of these Google words. Just like you can in Google Docs, you can resize it. You can make it smaller. I'm going to make it smaller and it's going to let me put it right next to my words. Another thing you can do inside the sites is you can embed something. Just like I showed you in a previous video, if you wanted to just paste a link here, you could. But if you have embed code, remember what I told you about Google Forms? They can follow the link, but if you use the embed code, they would actually see the form on your Google site. So they're not leaving your site to fill in a form. They're typing it all in on this front page, and that way they hit submit and they've never left your site. I like that because then they're not jumping to another window. They're staying and keeping their focus on my site and not leaving it. So here's options if you just wanted to put a URL here. I'm going to put the school one. Look, it even shows the whole page, so you can click insert. Look at that. Our whole website is now embedded. I've actually never used the link option for a website. I've always just typed in my link in a text box. But apparently, if you type it in the embed code, it's going to embed it just like I was talking about with your Google Forms. So I'm not sure if I would embed a website inside a website. I might still type the link, but you have the option if you choose to do so. Now, we have just done one page. So obviously every website has to have a home page, but the most beneficial part about Google Sites is being able to add multiple pages. So if you click on the Pages tab, again, they love that plus sign. It's as easy as hitting the plus sign and calling it whatever you would like to call it. So now I'm making a math page. If you'll notice at the top, now I have math as an option to click on. Your kids could share anything they wanted to about their math class here. You could have them take pictures of their work. You could have links to math games on here. Really, the sky is the limit as to what you embed or you put on your Google site. If you want to add another page, you're just going to click your plus sign. Now science is created right underneath it. Something that's cool is you can move this around. You can make it your home page. You can duplicate it. You can also add a subpage to it. A subpage is something that's going to be underneath that title. So now when they click on science, it's something below it. Now I'm running out of time, so I'll have to continue this in another video.